We got that Poppa thing. We got that Poppa thing. We got that Poppa thing. We got that Poppa thing.
This hair. Let's get it started.
Here we are. And here we go.
Yay!
We got that Poppa bag. We got that Poppa bag. We got that Poppa bag. We got that Poppa bag.
Greetings. Welcome to the Poppa Pank podcast. I am Jaylene Clark Owens, and this is my friend and my co-host,
Justin Jane.
There is a lot of great in the world. We think it needs a little more Pank. A Poppa Pank. We are a Philly-based, multi-hyphenated, and award-winning actors taking on all things art to the culture in this joy-forward and ever-playful variety podcast. You are listening to our theme song composed by Jordan McCree, member of the band Ill Dukes. We welcome you, our Pank Poppas, both old and new. Please rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. With that, let's get started.
Yes, here we are. Welcome to Poppa Pank, everybody. Let's go.
So today we are going to talk about the arts reopening for business, baby. More and more people are getting daxed and waxed, and Broadway is returning. Outdoor theater is about to be in abundance, and artists all over are starting to book gigs and sign contracts again. So we'll talk about some things that'll be opening, as well as make our predictions on what theater will look like in the new world.
Yes. Now, we couldn't start the episode without recapping a major Poppa Pank event that happened just this past Sunday, April 11th. Yes, we are talking about our hosting of the Wilma 2021 Fete. We may have some viewers and listeners out there that are tuning in for the first time because you saw us on Fete. So thank you so much for following us over here. And for those who didn't join us, the Wilma Fete is our theater's annual fundraiser, which features entertainment and segments presented by the Wilma's many outreach departments. Now, the evening's headliner, besides us as hosts, was critically acclaimed rock band Low Cut Connie. Now, the virtual Fete was attended by a large amount of people, and I think we did a rather good job as hosts for the evening and played a ton of fun games alongside our interviews with Wilma artists and staff and board. But perhaps one of my favorite outcomes of the evening was the winner of the Fete raffle. Now, the winner of all the people that attended the Fete, a lot of people, the winner was a Pank Poppa, and that Pank Poppa is, drumroll, Evelyn Clark, aka, who is that, Jaylene?
My mom!
Yay! So hi out there, Evelyn. We know you won like a cake and you won some cheese and you're winning all of our love. Thank you for donating to the theater and supporting us, and so excited for you. Yes, we are getting some compliments on the air for any people tuning into the show. Our live audience is giving us some love here. Thank you.
Yes. Now, before we get into the episode, you know what else is open for business?
What's that?
My glass for a little drink. So let's do it. Even though I hear an echo, it's about that time. You ready, Justin?
Uh-huh.
Get your glass so we can clank.
It's time for that. Poppa drank.
Papa drink.
Papa drank.
Papa drink.
Papa drank. And
And cheers.
And cheers. Arriba, abajo, al centro, para adentro. Jingle mascara, mabuhay. Yes. Okay.
Justin, what are you drinking?
Okay, I just got to tell y'all, I am drinking a Manhattan because we're talking about Broadway reopening. Oh, I hear the echo now. I hear the echo now. Is it everybody's echoing?
I don't know. Pank Poppa, you let us know. Are we echoing out
You gotta
there?
let us know who's echoing and why. Look at this, James Arms. We are on the YouTubes. Yes, welcome. Just responding to some of our live audience. But anyway, I am drinking a Manhattan right now, and it's full to like here. It was one of those situations where I was like, there's just like enough in the bottle. And then I just kept pouring and it was just like, uh-oh, it's full to the brim. So y'all, this is going to be a good episode.
Oh my God.
Like most of our episodes are really bad, but this one's going to be pretty good. Thank you,
Don't listen to Justin. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to a word he says.
Okay, what are you drinking, Jaylene, for your Poppa drink?
Well, I'm sipping on that Remy Martin. I'm sipping on that Remy Martin because, you put me in your commercial, I become a diehard fan. So, yes, Remy Martin. Yes, I'm still very happy.
Y'all, I am telling you, Jaylene is like a perfect brand ambassador. And she represents like 15 things. Even when people don't ask her, she's like, I'll do marketing for you. Sure. So if you're looking for somebody to punch up your brand, this is your girl right here. Now,
holler at me.
Pank Poppas, what are you drinking tonight and why? Let us know in the chat. Please blow up that chat. We are so glad to have you all here. So nice to see you. Okay.
Yes. So this brings us to our segment, Pank News.
This is the segment where we talk about anything we've been vibing on this week in the arts. This could be anything from a theater show we've seen to pop culture events and visual arts. Jaylene, what have you been thinking about this week in arts and culture?
Well, right before I tell you what I've been thinking about for Pank News, for those who are new here, there is a slight delay between what we say and what our Pank Poppas say. So we're just highlighting some of the things our Pank Poppas are drinking out there. Mama Pat is having a lovely glass of red wine sent by friends. Thank you. We love you. And Paul is having a little Pank rosé, of course.
All right.
Of course. Now, okay, Pank News. Back to Pank News. So what I've been thinking about in Pank News is that Broadway has reopened. Kind of. Okay. So after 387 days of being dark, Broadway turned their lights back on. Just a little bit though. Like they didn't fully turn on the whole light. It's more like there was a dimmer and you turned it up a little bit to let in a little light. That's pretty much
a glow.
What Broadway did.
Broadway's glowing.
It's glowing. It's not fully back, but it's not dark. It's glowing. So on April 3rd, dancer Savion Glover and actor Nathan Lane, which I was like, okay.
Interesting pairing. It's like a cheese and a noodle. You're like, oh, they go together, but
I was like, okay. They put on a 36-minute show at the St. James Theater to an audience of 150 spaced apart people. So all the attendees were required to show proof of a negative COVID test or a completed vaccination regimen. And they had to fill out a digital questionnaire attesting to an absence of COVID-19 symptoms or recent exposure. The attendee arrival times were staggered. There was no intermission. There was no food or drink. And although the bathrooms were open, attendees were encouraged to use a bathroom before arriving to prevent potential crowding. Wow. Now, listen. I happened to go to the bathroom, so they would have had to make do with that. So it wasn't a full return to like a big Broadway production. They didn't put on Hamilton. There wasn't dancers and the musician and the musical pit and all that. Yeah. But it was something, a very promising sign. But just in case you started to feel like, oh, the virus is behind us, we wide open. No, the Park Avenue Armory reminded us that we are still in a whole panini. They had to postpone their sold out 7-day dance show called Afterwardness because 3 members of the dance company tested positive a few days before they were supposed to open. So it's just a reminder, like we're almost there, but we ain't there yet. So.
That's a shame. I really love the work that Park Avenue Armory does, and Berserk Residence was going to have a partnership with them. And they are, if you don't know about them in New York, go Google them, Park Avenue Armory. But that is interesting to hear that a whole show was canceled just recently. Postponed. We're all postponed. Aren't we just all in a state of being postponed now? But anyway, for me, my Pank news is along those same lines. I was really happy to see the announcement of so much outdoor theater happening this summer. Now, artists will find a way to share their art, and this may be a renaissance for outdoor theater. And the best part is, this cracks even more open accessibility for all. The outdoor theater I've done in my career has been some of the most rewarding and challenging, but we will talk about all of that in like a future summer episode. So in New York City, they have recently announced 25 free performances in Bryant Park starting in June. And this is not just like amateur companies, y'all. This is ranging from the New York Philharmonic to Joe's Pub to Classical Theater of Harlem and iconic concerts from some of the Lincoln Center's biggest names. That is massive, y'all. These are free concerts in Bryant Park. And of course, I'm sure they will all follow some kind of social distancing and things like that. But this wouldn't have happened in a pre-pandemic world. But here in Philly, I'm really excited because Shakespeare in Clark Park is going to be picking back up with their production of Pericles, which is running from July 28th to August 1st. Christ Church is screening a lot of their past shows outdoors next to their church. And that will also include the Philadelphia Matter, which I was a part of in July. Theater in the X is doing an August production of West Philly Play in Malcolm X Park, and a host of other events are happening between now and then in terms of music concerts, craft fairs, and there's been this massive explosion of street art in Philly. So I'm really, really excited about all of the outdoor offerings that are happening in the next few months. So all of this hope and promise for the summer has me feeling all kinds of tickled pink.
Wow.
What is tickled pink?
Tickle Pank is where we usually talk about something that has recently brought us joy and is a bit of a catch up for Justin and I. So, Justin, what has you tickled Pank these days?
Well, I do want to talk about No Child and working with Tasha Marie Canales, who may be out there listening tonight, but I will save that for when we get closer. But since we are talking about reopenings and hopes for the summer, I want to shout out all the folks getting their vaccines. Now, what you all don't know is Jaylene and I are getting our second Modernas next week. And while it is not the end of the pandemic, it definitely feels like some doors will be opening and possibilities of us taping our show together might actually be a thing. And Philly's rollout plan has been going rather fast. And most of our friends and community have either had their first shot or will have one soon. Now, not all states or cities are having this kind of success. And in fact, there's a lot of folks out there who will not get vaccinated for one reason or another. But we urge you to please get yours for your neighbors and those around you. And if you're not getting it simply because you don't like needles, which is a reason that I genuinely heard someone say, newsflash, none of us like needles. But yes, I'm very tickled pink by having my vaccine and getting my second one next week. I'm looking forward to it. Side effects and all.
Well, what has me tickle pink is, as you said earlier, it's just the fact that summer is coming, and people are about to be out more. And I saw this video a few days ago and it has me tickle pink. So I'm just going to play it.
I love show and tell time. We're all watching a video for those who are tuning in.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till we get to the beginning before I turn on the sound. Okay, there you go.
Start calling my name. Listen, the streets are calling my name. I'm going to the streets. Get some more. I'm going to the streets. The streets are calling my name. Listen,
so that is the video.
For people out there who are listening to the episode, it is a TikTok by Sasha Mercy at Sasha Mercy, and it is the screen says, "Why are you getting vaccinated?" And it's a person that's dancing and just like flashes in the backdrop of like amazing outdoor events.
So first of all, that song, the original sound comes from DJ Magnificent on TikTok. And I just feel like this is my anthem for this summer. The streets are calling my name. This summer, I'm going to the streets. The streets are calling my name. We have all been in the house way too long. The streets are calling my name. I'm ready. I'm ready to be out in the summer. So that definitely has me tickle pink. And that video just
Yes,
Just
that
really
was-
style. I feel like she's from New York. Those look like New York type scenes. But yeah, that was.
I want to just shout out to some of our Pank Poppas. Campbell out there got her first dose today. Love you. And Janice says fully vaccinated. Thank you.
All right now.
Helping
Pank
yourself
Poppas.
and everybody.
Yes, Pank Poppas, what has y'all tickled Pank? Type it out in the comments. Let us know what has you tickled Pank. Now, like I said, I'm ready for the hot summer. It's going to be a hot girl summer, hot boy summer, hot whatever your pronouns are, summer. Okay. Speaking of all this heat, that brings us to hot topic.
Yes, hot topic.
Yeah, so Hot Topic is the part of our show where we highlight either myself or Justin as we bring to the episode something that we are passionate about that is in relation to the theme of the day. So today we've been talking about reopening, which is something that affects us both. So we're both going to be answering some questions. Now, we want to talk about what we hope or predict may be changed when all the theaters are back indoors and in person. But before we do that, Justin, how does Broadway reopening, because we talked about that. Now, how does Broadway reopening affect Philadelphia and other markets?
Okay, this is huge because I actually think like a lot of people out there who don't know the theater industry are like, yeah, why is that? Because Broadway, being America's largest market for theatrical entertainment and new works, is it has two important workers unions, and they're linked directly to the structuring of how theaters reopen. So there's the Actors Equity Association, which Jaylene and I are proud members of, and IATSE, which is the stagehands union. Now, whatever rules these unions put in place for safe reopenings, and only if producers comply, these will become the standards for the rest of the nation at large. So all eyes are on Broadway right now to take our cue on what is possible in our smaller regional markets. This goes both for protocol we will have to do in rehearsals and on stage, and the guidelines audiences must follow coming to see our shows. Now, what happens on Broadway will be the standards we all have to follow. That's why this is so important.
Yes, very important. Now, wait, side note, Justin, I just have to highlight this comment that we just received. It's going to be a shot girl summer instead of hot girl. Thank you, Allison Heichman.
Allison Heichman
for the zing. Okay, so now that we know that the openings and some changes are inevitable, we thought it would be fun to share some of our hopes and predictions for changes theaters will see in our home base of Philly.
Yeah, and before we begin, Pank Poppas out there, for our live audience, if you have some predictions or hopes for changes theaters will make in the coming future, please type those in the chat and we'll shout them out at the end. So we will scale our predictions to small, medium, and large. And just for kicks, maybe even have an XL or double XL change or two. So let's start small. Jaylene, what is a change we may see when theaters reopen? A small one.
A small one. Okay. So, well, you know that I love me a little opening night party. Okay. Especially the ones at the Wilma. Now, pre-COVID, we'd have food, we'd have drinks, there'll be a DJ. Shout out to DJ AQ with the tunes.
And fried chicken backstage Popeyes.
That's right. But now that we are, post-COVID, I feel like that's going to have to change. I feel like we about to see drinks be all bottled. So bye-bye to the cups of white wine and the red wine. I feel like now it's going to be you either get a beer or you get like a wine spritzer in a can. I feel like that's going to be it. And if there's food, I don't even know how that's going to work now. Like, are we going to even be able to have food at opening night? But if there is food, I feel like it's going to be in little baggies, like little doggy bags. And I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, if the bag has some chicken in it or maybe a little vegan meatball or something, you have that in the bag, that's fine. But I really don't want a little baggie of carrots, raw carrots and celery. Like that just feels like a healthy meal that you put in a kid's lunchbox. I don't think I want that for opening night.
But that's what's going to happen. It's just going to be Ziploc bags with like 4 hours old celery and cauliflower and just ranch dressing like in the bottom, like pooled in the bottom. It's like, here's a salad in a bag.
Please don't do that. Please.
Oh, I miss opening nights. I miss them.
Me
And
too.
I will take, you know what, Jaylene, I will take an opening night if it means I get a piece of days old carrot in a bag. But my small hope, Campbell says individual baggies of lukewarm microwave popcorn.
Oh gosh, please no.
That is amazing. Opening night Lunchables from Alison Heichman. So good. Our Pank Poppas out there. You are cracking us up. So my small hope or change that I think will happen is we're taking a cue from Australia's reopening. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go listen to episode 31 of Poppa Pank.
He doesn't know the name of our
I
show.
don't know. Where am I? Who am I? God only knows. Welcome to the pandemic. Episode 31. This is a great Manhattan, by the way. Episode 31, Pank News. We take a deep dive into Australia's reopening. And I think a small change we will see is how audiences enter and leave theater spaces. This has been proven very successful in Australia, but we'll have time tickets, up to an hour before showtime. There will probably be lines to enter and leave the theater, akin to boarding and disembarking from an airplane. And this is all, of course, to allow for social distancing, for screening as you come in, and of course, to settle in. And also, of course, spaced out seats. But thank God for that, because I'm so happy for that to change. So many times there has been a stranger next to me in the theater that just takes up way too much damn space. And I know all of you out there can relate. There's either like a jacket in your lap or an elbow in your seat or like some stank coming off of somebody from near you. Yo, people love to both fall asleep in the theater and fart. And I'm so excited to not be near any of those when we come back. So that's my small change hope and for the future.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so now let's talk about some medium changes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is on the horizon, Justin?
Okay. It's already happening now, which is what makes me think it's a medium change. So this is like something that's already happening and will probably stay. But I have to say it in all the capital letters I can. Accessibility. And I'm talking specifically about two things. How theaters and art are more readily accessible now to anyone anywhere who has an internet connection and a device. And monetarily. Seeing many theaters pivot to free programming and suggested donations or mega discounted ticket rates versus the like $45 median rate. Hello, Philadelphia. That is your ticket, like median. But both of these are steps towards accessibility, and they're of course privileged in themselves, but they are definitely better. And I've gotten to see work from across the world and witness some pretty amazing free art. And this has also allowed me the luxury of donating more money to the companies and projects that I actually do want to monetarily support. And I hope we follow this accessibility trend when we open to being more physically accessible to other able individuals as well as the immediate community surrounding our physical spaces. So accessibility is a huge buzzword right now, and I'm very excited about how this is cracking open in this moment and will be pulled forward to the time when we are all back together.
I feel like you're probably going to see seasons where, like, I feel like theaters are going to just incorporate digital performances into their theater, into their season. Like you'll have, okay, maybe your 3 main stages, but then there will be 2 performances that are made specifically to be digital, to be online. I feel like that's probably going to become a standard, which is pretty cool.
I think that's right. And too, like those other main stages could be streamed. There might be one streamed performance or something. Right. And I hope our union is listening, because I know that's a big barrier to that. The union has now started to pivot to more digital work and allowing that for us as union members to do. So that's also a medium hope for me.
A medium thing that I think, this is not a hope, I just think this might happen, is that like we said with the Broadway thing, I feel like some theaters may start requiring people to show like some kind of proof that you are negative for COVID, that you've completed your vaccination, which, on one hand it's like, yay, because hopefully, we won't have, COVID spreading in the theater. But then at the same time, there are barriers to getting vaccines based on where you live and getting access to regular testing. So that could create a dynamic that won't be, really good. So I don't know. That might be a change. We'll see.
Yeah, I was reading that Israel has these green passports or whatever they're called, but it's like basically an app where you download and you can show proof when you're entering a bar or a restaurant that you have been vaccinated. But yeah, I think that's not far from the truth in terms of like even going on a plane or something like that.
Right.
So let's talk about large changes when it comes to theater reopening. What do you think will be pulled forward from this pandemic, Jaylene?
I think theaters are going to legit look different, because of the whole social, I was about to say social media, because of the whole social distancing.
And that too.
Right. And that too. Because of social distancing, I feel like theaters have to now reconstruct, their seating and just their arrangement, the flow of their theater. I know the Wilma had talked about possibly building like a globe type of structure. I think theaters are going to physically look different when they are fully opened. And I'm interested to see just how different they're going to look.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you?
So what is a large change? Okay, so I think theaters across the country have had a cultural reckoning with people of color and our work and artists. And when We See You White American Theater, so for those of you who don't know, there was a manifesto called We See You White American Theater, and that dropped in the wake of the George Floyd murder last year. And most of our nation's theater institutions, which are predominantly white organizations, or PWOs, for those who are needing the slang there, took note and are now enacting steps towards change. Our own Wilma Theater has been on a months-long training and restructuring with an outside company to foster more equitable practices in terms of inclusion, diversity, equity, and accessibility. Now, across the country, this has meant letting go of some harmful practices, both on stage and off, and restructuring the ethnic and racial makeup of boards of directors and staff and artists, and frankly, reckoning with past harms and taking steps to repair relationships. Now, it has forced folks to find better language in communicating with one another and open doors for more listening and different ways of working and creating. And I frankly think this is the better way, the safer way. And it would be a shame for some of these PWOs to go back to pre-pandemic practices and ways of thinking. And I think it's difficult and it's challenging and it's hard and it's all the work and it's exhausting, yes, but also it has been hard work and exhausting and all the work for a lot of other folks. So I really hope all of these PWOs, and if you're out there and you're a part of one, just to take pause and think about what you're about to say or who you're saying it to or what an action might be, how an action might be received later on down the line. Anyway, that was pretty serious there, but what's one for you?
So we're talking extra large changes.
Oh yeah.
I feel like maybe they might do like a live theater broadcast on live television,
Yes.
So they'll be like, maybe closing night of a Broadway show or something. I don't know how they'll do it, but maybe we'll be able to be watching TV, ABC, NBC, CBS, one of those, and it'll be a live broadcast from an actual theater. And so we're watching theater at home, so that, and I think there should be people in the audience there, but also you have the audience at home. So we talked about accessibility, just imagine that. I know they have the live, shows that they do, for TV, musicals, but I'm talking about the camera is at the theater.
Yeah.
In real time. So
it really captures something special. And I think I'm so excited about that. So yeah, what's an XL change for me? Okay. Besides Poppa Pank becoming the premier national arts and culture daytime TV show, streamed on NBC, HBO, Netflix, and Pank Streams, which is going to be a new and exclusive Poppa Pank streaming service. I think double XL hope for a post pandemic, Broadway's open world is the resurgence of street theater everywhere, like in the spirit of Edinburgh Fringe. Now, for those of you who don't know, millions of people flock to Edinburgh every fall for the world's largest theater and performing arts festival. There are thousands of shows, and there is constant free performance happening all over the streets, and it's excellent quality as well. Every street corner has someone singing or doing acrobatics or scenes from a show they're promoting, and it's super joyous and for the public and feels a little like New York City public performance. I feel like New York, your city, actually has like a lot of really good live performance. You go down in the subway and you're seeing like excellent singers and dancers and even like puppeteers. So maybe Jaylene and I will broadcast our show from the median on Broad Street someday and get catcalled as we do it.
I will talk about that on this episode. Not this episode, but a future episode.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, okay. So we have one more question and then we're gonna get into some games. So what's something you hope the theater will leave in the pre-COVID world?
I love this question. And let's ask that to our Pank Poppas out there. So any of the people that are watching live, please go ahead and type in the comments. What's something that you hope the theaters will leave in the pre-COVID world moving into the future? Okay. So for me, it will be, please stop having people come in late. You have no more reason. There's no more reason because you have a time ticket. You have signed up. You know what you've signed up for. Because your ticket is timed, you figured out your parking situation. Stop coming to the theater late. I'm excited to leave behind cell phones going off in the theater, especially during important monologues. Oh, wait, Jaylene, can I just share your one story from the Revolutionists? It's actually not your story. It's one of your cast members. I won't call out your cast member, but let me just say, at a theater, when Jaylene was doing a show, I was at a performance. There was a very important scene that was happening. One of the actors on stage was dying. Like, this was her death scene. And she takes a big, long, like, pause. And in the audience, all you hear is boing, boing, boing. That ringtone, we all know that ringtone. And everyone in the audience, you could just feel everyone go,
oh my gosh.
And you could see the actress on stage like, I want to die. And then she literally died on stage. Like, it was her death scene. But I was like, I don't think this should happen again. There should be no boyoyoings in the middle of an important death scene in a play.
Yes, turn off your cell phone before entering the theater. Thank you.
And I think my last.
I hope I said that, pronounced that correctly. Allison Heichman says, leaving 10 out of 12s behind us. If you don't know, 10 out of 12s are when you rehearse for 10 out of 12 hours.
And if the union's listening, the 5-day work week, I'm getting an echo now too. But the 5-day work week, I'm very excited about. That has been on the table. Theaters have been having, we usually work 6 days a week, and our day off is the day that we're teaching or doing a reading for something else. So maybe a 5-day work week would be nice. Mark says the crinkling snacks during the second act, and then this emoji. For our audio listeners, it's just like the shock face. Maybe we could get 2 days off. Campbell says, eek. Yeah, I'm all about that.
Listen. I would like to get rid of people rolling up to you after the show and just invading your personal space. You know, like, I don't mind talking to people after I've performed. That's great, the human connection and the dialogue, but not the human connection in our bodies.
I have been
think they are entitled. Some people think they are entitled to a hug from you, entitled to your body, and that's not factual.
Wait, Jaylene, I am positive we both have the same audience member in our brains, the same patron who goes to all the shows, and they just no consent hug you, like, oh, I didn't. I'm just.
And sometimes it gets inappropriate. It literally can get inappropriate. Yes, close talkers. Sometimes the breath is not on point. The breath is not popping, and you need to pop a mint And
6 feet.
now I feel like now that we are post-COVID, and by post I just mean that COVID happened, not that I think COVID is over. But now that this has happened, it's like social distancing.
6 feet. 6 feet. I'm so sorry. 6 feet.
I'm so sorry, but thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So
6
much
feet.
for coming to the
6
show.
feet. 6 feet. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you so much. 6 feet. Poppa mint.
Poppa mint. That's what we need to say. That's
so good, Mark. So good.
I said that. He's repeating what I said.
Oh, well, I'm just hearing it now.
My own co-host doesn't even listen to what
I
I'm
told
saying.
you about 30 minutes ago that I had a full glass of Manhattan because we were talking about Broadway, and now here we are about to do our Pank forecast.
I wanted to do a different song. So the what is it?
Okay, wait. Let me set this up. So
Okay,
let's check in about anything upcoming that we're excited about with our Pank forecast.
Pank forecast.
Y'all, I have never heard. I've known Jaylene for 28 years, and I've never heard her voice do that. My jaw is on the floor, y'all.
So every show, I'm showing stuff. Every show, I come up with a new jingle.
Yeah, but I think that one has to stay, and we could lift it from this episode and just play that.
Great.
Okay.
So what is it?
All right. So since you won't be seeing us for the next 2 weeks, now both of us are getting our second vaccine next week, and we want to be sure we're not passed out on the air. And then the following week, Jaylene is getting her wisdom teeth removed.
Oh, Lord, please pray for me.
I wanted to forecast 2 amazing shows I am looking so forward to. And we will absolutely plug these again when we are back, and possibly, hey, Tasha, hey, Lindsay, have a star or 2 from one of these films join us. So the first show I want to plug that I'm so excited about that everybody needs to go see is Fat Ham by James Imes. James Imes is a Pank Poppa who's watching tonight. And this show is directed by Morgan Green at the Wilma, and it's streaming online from April 29th to May 23rd. You can find this at wilmatheater.org/event/Fat Ham. That's Wilma Theater with an ER.org/event/Fat-Ham. Now, let's go ahead and watch a clip if we can, Jaylene, about this. So the trailer just came out. We're so excited about this.
You got a new daddy.
Now my father wants me to kill my uncle.
Man, you ain't gonna kill nobody.
I could.
They think I'm trashy, don't they? Because I married my late husband's brother. They did it in the Bible all the time.
This is what I was raised in. Pig guts and bad choices.
Oh, wait.
You carrying around your whole family's trauma, man. And that's okay. You okay. But you don't gotta let it define you.
Yes.
I am so looking forward to that. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. And some of these actors are Philly's best actors. Please make sure you tune in for that. So Fat Ham, April 29th through May 23rd.
And what else, Jessina?
Okay, the second piece I want to plug is No Child by Nalaja Sun. That was directed by myself, yours truly, starring Tasha Marie Canales out there potting her plants right now as she's listening to the podcast. And this is at the Arden Theater. This is streaming April 27th through May 9th. So you have a little bit longer there. And this is at ardentheater.org/event/no child streaming. That's Arden Theater with an RE.org/event/no-child-streaming. Now, this piece is very near and dear to me, and it is a solo piece that Tasha plays a million characters in and sometimes has scenes with each other. It is unlike anything I have ever seen before on film or on stage. And Tayshia is a powerhouse in this. If you want to take a look at American education as it stands right now and have a pretty good laugh and be entertained and moved, this is the piece for you. So please check this out. I will plug this again when we are back in 2 weeks. Now,
Tayshia's in both of those things. She's just out here.
This is welcome to the Tayshia Marie Canales Festival. It's being hosted in Philadelphia. It's at the end of April through May. That is the only thing that we are focusing on. So please tune in. I think all the PR departments need to get on this. Now, Jaylene, what is in your Pank forecast?
And my Pank forecast is also related to what you just talked about. It is the Fat Ham open mic. As some of y'all may know, I do an open mic series at the Wilma. I think this is my 3rd year now where I do open mics based on the themes of whatever is on our main stage. So Fat Ham is digitally on our main stage. So we are doing a Fat Ham open mic. So folks are encouraged to see the show and then write poetry, artwork, or music inspired by the show to share at the open mic. If you are not a performer, that's all right. You can come to just listen. I always do a poem and I always have a feature. And so our feature will be my fellow bars cohort member, Timothy Dwight. So I am so excited to hear Timothy perform.
Which one did Timothy do?
He did the piece about HIV. Do we remember that piece?
I think we remember that piece. Is that the piece where he was in the audience?
Yes, and he was walking around, and there's a picture of you watching him perform that poem.
Because he was good. He was good. Took my breath away. Y'all, you have to the open mics. I love these, and you've been doing really well with them in the pandemic. I've seen 2 of them now. Wait, right? Yes, 2. One at the beach. I was literally on the beach watching it, and the other was here at home. And they're so good. So many people are tuning in from all over and sharing their work. And this last one had some surprising people in it. I was like, what is this person doing on my screen? And then you're like, oh my God, they actually know what they're doing.
Listen, we have a variety of folks come to the open mic. So please come through. It is on Monday, May 10th. Facebook events will be coming out soon and all that, and flyers and whatnot. So just stay tuned. And that thus concludes our Pank forecast. And I think it's time for some games.
That's good. So here we are with our Pank games. Every episode, we play some games with each other. And when we have guests, we play with them. So the first game we're going to do is an alphabet game. Now, this game is really simple. We start with an A and then go B and C and D all the way through the end of the alphabet based on a theme. And we have to try to keep the flow going. And we have to justify our answers. It's that simple. So since our theme today is change, we'll go with change. So change. Yeah, I'm going to start with A. A for awesome, because change is awesome. B.
B for being, because we're going to have to change how we are being in the world.
Good. C for circumstance, because a lot of the circumstance is making things change later.
D for we're going to be heading in a new direction.
Yes. E for everyone, because everyone has to buy into it.
F for fear, because sometimes people fear change.
G for get it, because you have to get it together.
H for hallelujah at some of the changes that are going to happen.
I for innovation, because some theaters are going to have to rethink some things.
J for jubilation, because people will be happy for some of these changes.
K for knowledge. Learn something from this.
L for learning, because we're going to learn something from this.
M for materializing. Think of a new dream and make it happen.
Hey, N for no, because some people are going to be like, no, I don't want this change.
Yes. O for optimism, because even though people will be no, I'm going to say think positively.
P for positive, because you want to think positively about these changes.
Q for quickly, because we want to see them happen right now.
R for resistance, because you're gonna be hit with some resistance.
S for sunshine, because when change happens and it's like a new dawn.
T for time's up. Time's up. Got to make these changes.
U for umbrella, because if you left that at the theater, there ain't no lost and found anymore because of COVID.
V for victory. Victory, because we'll be victorious because of the changes.
W for welcome. Welcome. Come back into our space. We're so excited to have you.
X-ray, because we're really returning to the bones of the theater.
That was good. X. Y is for yesterday. Leave the things that we don't need, the cell phones and the coming in late to the show, to yesterday.
And finally, Z for zip, zap, zop, because that's something that the theater folks will probably be able to play again once they are in person.
Yes, one of the few like theater games, socially distant theater games that we can play in Hot House.
Yeah. Wait, did you ask me a question, or did you say that is one?
No, that was just a statement that was kind of sounded like a question. But for those of you that don't know, Jaylene and I are in an acting company together called the Wilma Hot House, which we love. And wait, what is Paul saying? Y'all can't just say any word and make it through this game, and I'm here for it. Thank you, Paul.
I'd be nervous though, Paul.
Yeah. We sort of just say words to buy ourselves time for the other words. Insider scoop. But at the Hot House, we usually like are resonating into each other and like holding each other in the but now it's 6 feet,
down each other's bodies.
6 feet. Zip, zap, zop. Here we go.
Zip, zap, zop. Oh gosh. Here we go.
Notation knows. All right. So I want to introduce, we have time for it. I want to introduce a new game to Poppa Pank. Now, this is a new game that Kristen Finger of Comedy Sports fame and also of our Wilma family taught us at Hot House the other day. And Jaylene didn't play. This is a game called Try That On for Size. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to do a simple action. So say it's this. I might say, and for those of us listening, or not, will be it's like I'm stirring something in my arm. So I might say, I'm stirring a cake batter. Try that on for size. And when I say try that on for size, Jaylene has to do the same action, but tell me that she's doing something completely different. Does that make sense?
Yes, but I'm scared.
Okay, well, Jaylene, give me a topic to start us off.
Oh, I don't know. It's swimming.
Okay, great. Here we go. I'm swimming through this pool. Try that on for size.
I'm wading through a crowd. Try that on for size.
I'm getting these gnats off of my face. Try that on for size.
I'm voguing. Try that on for size.
I'm trying all these bracelets on. Try that on for size.
I'm getting the stink air out of my face. Try that on for size.
I'm drying these wet nails. Try that on for size.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good run, yo. I think you would have been really good at it. Okay, I'll let you start. I'm gonna give you a topic and then you start. Okay, no, and this will be the last round.
Okay,
since we were talking about coming late to the theater, this is about lateness.
Okay, and I have to say what I'm actually doing, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. Just an action and go.
I'm sneaking into the theater. Try that on for size.
I'm balancing this little ball on my finger. Try that on for size.
I'm pointing to my upstairs neighbor. Try that on for size.
I'm trying to get the attention of the babysitter. Try that on for size.
I'm raising my hand in class. Try that on for size.
I'm doing a doo-wop in the club. Try that on for size.
I'm saying I'm number one. Try that on for size.
We are number one, and we made it. We made it. I think all the episodes have led to us just getting to we are number one, and And for those of you that don't know why Jaylene's laughing so hard out there, I'll let it be a mystery and we'll talk about it in an episode this summer. But let's just flag.
No one else knows why I'm laughing.
I know. I just want to save it. Can we just save it? Because, okay, gosh, now I got to tell.
Like, you said it like for those of you who don't know. Literally no one knows why but you.
I know. Okay, let me just share the story now then. Okay, can I share the story, Jaylene?
I guess we have to at this point.
We have to. Jaylene and I were doing a show and we were on a lunch break and we were like, let's go get lunch together, dinner or whatever. So we walked down the street.
I don't know if this story is gonna translate.
This story's not gonna read well on camera or
don't do it. Forget it. So, Pank Papas, we have come to our closing. We're gonna talk about our next episode, which will be when, Justin?
May 5th, Wednesday, May 5th at 9 p.m. That is, for those people who don't know what day that is
Cinco de Mayo.
We are having a Cinco de Mayo. And if you thought we're fun now, you just wait till May 5th because we're going to be a blast. You're going to
be fully vaxxed by that.
Everybody will be fully vaxxed in this room. And we'll be very excited about that. And plus our 2-week period after that. So tune in Wednesday, May 5th at 9 p.m. for all the laughs.
All the laughs.
Okay. And here we are at Pank Freestyle. There's been a lot of improv in this last 10 minutes.
Poppa Pankst. Here we go. Freestyle. I guess I got to give you a topic, right?
Yeah. Okay. For those of you that don't know, this is when we freestyle in our episode, and I'm not good at freestyling. She's the poet.
I'm not good at freestyling either. Don't do that.
Trying to set the bar lower for myself.
Okay, so your topic is Manhattan, since you're drinking one.
They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
What they don't tell you is that you have to sometimes make headway in your life, going through the everyday here and there, trying to think about where you're going, just like this freestyle doesn't know where it is, but that's no problem. Because is God is.
That was great. Is God is a production we did at the Wilma last year.
Yeah, Tisha Morales was in it. James Imes directed it. Oh,
Campbell says, just watching I'll play these improv games gives me high blood pressure. What do you think I feel, Campbell?
Wait, I just have to. So Campbell O'Hara is in our live audience for those listening and is also a company member with us. But Campbell, you did so good on that day when we were learning these improv games. There was literally a moment when Campbell was like doing an improv and then she just says, "I'm dying." And I was like, all I wanted to do was just be like, it's okay. We've got you.
Improv just it does raise the blood pressure, but it's all right. Here I go with my improv.
Okay.
Listen, what's my topic from my
your topic is I'm gonna throw a curveball. You were talking about opening night baggies, so your topic is baggies. Bags.
Bags or baggies? That's two separate things now.
Baggies.
Okay. I'm hoping that they don't give me a little baggie for opening night. If they put a little dried cauliflower and a carrot, that's just not going to be right. Bring me some Popeyes, a little chicken wing. This is going to be something different, a new thing. But it can still be tasty. Just don't be hasty. Make it safe and make it. She's floundering.
No.
Make it safe and make it great. Great and safe, don't go, but that's where we're gonna land.
Lacey. Yes, let's just give her applause. Let's give her applause.
That was terrible.
So just go watch Remy Martin. Just we have the link. You can go watch her on Remy Martin.
Thanks, Dad.
Yes.
Great Papa Pancake.
That's the
Campbell,
true
thank you
Pop.
for your claps.
That was the real pop in Papa Pank.
Look at all our Pank Poppers being so supportive of
Just
me in
saying
my time of need.
That was
terrible.
No, so listen, everybody, you are listening to episode 34. That's at least 34 freestyles that led us to this point.
Oh man.
So this, artists can't have their best every time. Sometimes their best work comes later. So just sleep on that. So with that, let's
thank you, Mark. Oh, I love all of you.
Give me a proverb. So for those of you that don't know, the proverbs, we end our episodes with a proverb. I'm really bad at idioms, and I really try to do these genuinely. So give me a proverb, Jaylene, and I'll tell you. Oh, give me a situation, and I'll give you the proverb.
Give us a proverb about staying true to yourself.
Oh, staying true to yourself. Yeah, right. This one, there's a saying that goes, you be you or else. Isn't that
that's it.
That's it.
All right, great. That was great advice. You be you or else. ... Words to live by.
You be you. You do you. Oh, I was thinking about you do you.
You be you or else. Words to live by.
You do you. You do you.
Nope,
you be you or else.
You be you or else. Please get that tattooed on your body. It was, as Paul said, that was Pankfection.
Oh man, Paul.
He's great. We need to get Paul to do our shirts.
Do not encourage him.
Our all right. Shirts. Okay, here we are. We're at the end. One more time. We had Fat Ham coming April 29th through May 23rd. We have No Child. That will be April 27th through May 9th. We have Fat Ham Open Mic May 10th. Then we have the co-production of Fat Child No Ham.
Fat Child No Ham by James Canales.
Yes. Directed by Jaylene Jane
Morgan Owens. Oh my God, that's so funny. So, y'all donate to us. Help us in any way you can. You can find us on all the platforms. We're on Venmo, at PayPal, all of the things, Cash App, Papa Pank. You can find us there, or you can just simply email us at papapank@gmail.com. Yes.
Yeah. Fat Child No Ham will be playing in the Wilma Globe.
Oh God, which is actually another planet. We just start another planet somewhere. Pank needs bank. Oh my God.
And I know we had a special announcement to say today, but we got to push it back a little bit.
We're gonna push it back. We're gonna push it back to the next episode.
Donate so we can tell you our announcement.
Oh my God. So we want to give some thanks out there to our Papa Pank thanks. We want to thank Jordan McCree, who wrote our music, Tracy Cassius, our studio editor, and all of our past guests, and you, our followers, our Pank Papas. Thank you, who have tuned in with us right now, especially if you're here for the first time. Please plug us on social media and subscribe to us on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. We are at Papa Pank.
At Papa Pank. Oh, what a crazy episode.
It's the Manhattan. It really was the full
on one today. All right, y'all. And with that, let's take a photo really quickly because we have to get our screenshot.
Everybody out there, take your photo of us now.
Cheese. Okay. And with that, we will say see you next time. Ooh,